我关掉美颜呢，一样漂亮。不信的话，大家看一看。
Today, I turned off the beauty filter, and at 39 years old, I'm still just as beautiful. If you don't believe me, you can take a closer look for yourself. Actually, not long ago, I sincerely said something. I am really beautiful, truly. Every day when I walk on the street, 9 out of 10 men can't help but glance at me a few times, and some even think I am more beautiful than their wives. Whether it's my facial features, my figure, or even my inner beauty, these are all natural gifts. Plus, with my gentle personality, really my excellence and beauty could take days and nights to describe, so I confidently say that I am a high-quality, older, single woman. Many people may not believe it, but I don't blame you. From the day I was born, I've been this beautiful, and my face is completely natural, no enhancements whatsoever. I've never had any plastic surgery. Anyone can tell. If I were using makeup or any other methods, my expression might look unnatural. For example, I once filmed a video in which I was crying. If it were fake, wiping my tears might have made my nose crooked, and I definitely wouldn't look this beautiful. But someone like me, purely natural, looks good everywhere, without any flaws. I even feel too good-looking when I look in the mirror, almost afraid to look at myself too much. Today, I deliberately turned off the beauty filter and went completely makeup-free, just to prove how beautiful I really am. Everyone can see my bare face today. I'm wearing no makeup, and the beauty filter is completely off. Take a look. Do you think I look like a fairy descending from the heavens? Do you think the term high-quality, older, single woman was made for me? Sometimes, I even think that being too beautiful has become a burden. For example, every time I go to a crowded place or walk on the street, men can't help but glance at me. Some even stare at me uncontrollably, and then their girlfriends or wives get upset, glaring at me as if I'm trying to steal their boyfriends. But I haven't done anything wrong. Am I at fault just because I'm beautiful? Those men want to look at me. I can't block their gaze, I just go with the flow. Sometimes, I do feel a bit wronged. I haven't done anything immoral, yet I keep getting stared at, as though I've done something bad. Now that everyone has seen my bare face, what do you think? Do you think I'm beautiful, like a heavenly beauty? Actually, terms like fairy descending from the heavens may indeed be tailor-made for me. I'm just someone who likes to speak the truth, unlike those trolls online who don't dare to say anything real, deliberately putting me down, claiming I look like an old lady. The truth is, they're just jealous of me, envious of me. Honestly, do you think I'm beautiful?
自己呢，很自恋，觉得自己很漂亮，那就还可以挑剔啊。
Hello, everyone. I'm a woman born in 1987, and at 37 years old, I'm still single. Many of my peers have children by now, and some of my close friends are about to get married. But here I am, still without a partner. Many people ask me, "You're not bad-looking, why are you still single?" I've reflected on this myself, and I've come to realize that maybe I'm a bit narcissistic, thinking I'm very attractive, so I felt I could be picky. Looking back, from my 20s to my 30s, I've always been selective, thinking that since I'm so good-looking, I should find a partner who's equally exceptional, not someone who's worse than me. But now, as I get older, the situation has changed a lot. Now it's others who are picky about me. Especially after I turned 30, age became a major issue for me. In my 20s, I could still maintain a relatively youthful appearance, and my looks were still holding up well. But now that I'm in my 30s, to be honest, my appearance is starting to decline. Even though I still take good care of myself, the collagen in my skin has gradually diminished, and my skin doesn't look as firm and smooth as it used to. I used to think I was attractive enough to choose the best partner, but now at this age, many excellent men probably won't consider me, and I also won't settle for men with poor conditions. Now, facing this reality, I'm really starting to feel more and more anxious and frustrated. Every day I'm troubled by my single status, sometimes even feeling depressed because of it. I can't sleep at night. It feels like I've missed so much, and my heart is filled with unease and regret. I even start to wonder if I'm no longer suited to have a relationship.
大家判断一个人的年龄究竟是按什么来判断？
I particularly want to ask, how do people actually judge someone's age? This afternoon, I received a young lady who told me she was born in 1996. At first, when I looked at her photo, I thought she looked quite nice, and I felt there shouldn't be any problem. But when she arrived, I took a look around and couldn't find her. She said she was right outside, so I looked more closely and realized that the person in front of me was very different from the one in the photo. It was like the huge gap between buyer's show and seller's show. Completely different. Later, I led her to my office, had her sit down, and we chatted for about half an hour. After understanding some of her background, I asked if she could show me her ID. She handed it to me, and when I looked at it, I was shocked to see that she was born in 1986. At that moment, I was a little surprised and thought, this girl is really a bit like me, born in the same year. Because I'm also born in 1986. So I said, what's going on? You're clearly born in 86. Why do you say you're born in 96? She explained, because I look pretty, and everyone around me says I look 10 years younger than my actual age. They all say I look like I was born in 1996. When I heard this, I couldn't help but feel helpless. Girl, you might be able to fool those boys online, but not in front of me. We're doing this face-to-face in person, and it's all about proof, you know? When you show me your ID, which clearly says 1986, and you say you're born in 1996, think about it. If I were to introduce you to a guy and say, hey, this girl's ID says she's born in 1986, but she looks like she was born in 1996, how do you think he would react? Wouldn't he be confused, maybe even think you're not being honest? This got me thinking, if I told this to the guys, how would they react? It's like if I introduced a guy to you and said, this guy looks like he earns $1 million a year, but his actual income is only 100,000. Would you accept that? If it's all about appearances, then everyone could advertise themselves falsely. Who would truly believe that? If we only rely on appearances, who takes responsibility? I think when it comes to doing things, we need evidence, not guesses or lies. Just like myself, maybe I look like a movie star, but that doesn't mean I really am one. Older single women, don't be too clever. Everything needs to be based on evidence, not on imagination.
我44岁了，没人追，我真的没人追，不管你们信不信啊。
I'm 44 years old now, and believe it or not, no one is pursuing me. I feel somewhat awkwardly aware that I'm in this middle-age zone, neither too young nor too old. To be honest, for many people, women over 40 are considered old women. Even though I have a pretty face and maintain a good figure, my age becomes a major issue in the eyes of many men. On top of that, I have a son, which makes some people wonder if they should look for someone without such burdens, someone with better conditions. Most of the time, people don't take into account a person's inner qualities, such as her intelligence, ability to make money, emotional maturity, or whether she is sincere in her relationships. Many men tend to focus on appearances and only see age and children as factors. And I have to say, I really think finding a good man is incredibly hard, almost harder than making money. I feel like making money is easier than finding a man, because finding a man is so complicated and never as simple. Just look at those successful women. They often end up with bad men. Men have completely different standards when choosing a girlfriend versus a wife. When they're looking for a girlfriend, they focus on whether the girl is pretty, obedient, sexy, or fun to be with. But when they consider finding a wife, the standards change completely. They need someone who is gentle, virtuous, hardworking, able to take care of the family, and they even consider her physical health and whether she can bear healthy children for them. You see, men have double standards when it comes to choosing a girlfriend and choosing a wife. Do you agree?
只係啊，真正意義賣嘅優勢嘅大齡剩女哦，佢哋建議是去修嘅。
I actually believe that truly high-quality, older single women are still quite sought after in the dating market. I know many high-quality older single women around me, and they maintain their appearance and figure really well. Plus, their financial standing is also excellent. Some younger men really like us, these beautiful older sisters. A lot of people ask me, if you think you're very good-looking and have great qualities, why is it that you still can't find a partner? I think it's probably because our excellence is only reflected in our work, education, and income. We are indeed very capable, but men just don't seem to care about those things. So what are we supposed to do?
周末有一位长相很能打的38岁未婚女生来。
Can a 38-year-old woman still find a high-quality unmarried man based solely on her looks? This past weekend, I met a 38-year-old unmarried woman who is very attractive. However, her overall background is rather average. She comes from a rural family, with a younger sister who is already married. Her parents mainly earn a living through farming and have no pension. She herself only has a college diploma and works as a clerk in a private company, earning about 6,000 yuan per month. The only thing that sets her apart from others is her appearance and temperament. Compared to women of the same age, she does look much younger and more charming. This is mainly due to her habit of spending most of her salary every month on skincare and beauty treatments. While her appearance is well maintained, she has almost no savings. Considering her background and situation, I recommended a 40-year-old unmarried man to her. He is a practical person, earning about 10,000 yuan per month. He has remained unmarried mainly because, when he was younger, his parents used up all their savings to help him pay the down payment on a house in Guangzhou. Over the years, he has worked hard to pay off the mortgage and save money. Only recently, after paying off the mortgage, did he have the time and energy to think about marriage. After learning about the woman's background, the man thought she was quite good and expressed interest in getting to know her better. However, the woman directly rejected the suggestion. She said that, although she is older, she still maintains a good figure and appearance. She believes she is capable of attracting a man with an annual income of over 200,000 yuan. She feels that she should not lower herself to accept an invitation from an ordinary man and believes she can attract better qualified men. If this woman were 28 years old, many men would likely show interest in her. However, at 38, it becomes much more difficult for her to attract a high-quality unmarried man based solely on her looks. This is a reality that many older single women, or leftover women, are unwilling to face. As someone who has been working in the marriage and dating industry for many years, I understand very well how sensitive men are to age when choosing a partner. Younger women have a significant advantage in the marriage market, but as they age, this advantage gradually diminishes. Although this may make some girls uncomfortable, I want to say that if young women truly want to get married and have children, they should act early, especially those who are very attractive. They should not wait until they go from choosing others to being chosen by others. The psychological gap at that point can be very hard to bear, and as they age, the range of options will only get smaller.
家人们，我今天去相亲的那个弟弟。
Sisters, today I went on a blind date with a guy who is 5 years younger than me, and the whole experience is something I will never forget. Today's blind date was really unexpected. As soon as I walked into the restaurant, I saw a man enthusiastically waving and greeting me. He excitedly said, "I recognized you at first sight. You are even more beautiful than in your photos, and you really don't look like you're 33. As soon as he finished speaking, he started complimenting me and didn't stop for almost the entire time. I was a bit stunned, but what happened next really surprised me. He took out his ID card, bank cards, and asset information and laid them out in front of me for me to see clearly. He really seemed to have nothing to hide. To be honest, this guy's appearance isn't exactly my type. He's a bit overweight, and his hair is sparse. If I saw him on the street, I probably wouldn't even look twice. But what surprised me was that under this seemingly ordinary appearance, there was a genuine kind aura that really touched me. Unlike those older men who are always calculating, he didn't have any complex motives. Instead, he was very straightforward and told me that if we got married, his salary card would be entirely handed over to me, and he would also give me the password to his phone, letting me check at any time. This kind of directness and sincerity was really heartwarming. In the past, I always considered a man's height and looks as my top criteria. I might have rejected someone just because of their looks, or because they didn't meet my standards in some way. As my mom used to say, I would follow a handsome guy without hesitation, no matter how poor he was. Now that I think about it, sincerity is the quality that truly touches people. Those who are always calculating and scheming in their hearts really need to reflect on what it means to be genuine. When we look for a partner, isn't it about being sincere, building trust with each other? But this guy, who is 5 years younger than me, I really wasn't satisfied with his appearance. If he looked a little more ordinary, I might have been willing to give him a chance. But not only was his appearance lacking, he was also a bit chubby, and his hair was very sparse. I really couldn't bring myself to accept this guy. Sigh, I guess today's blind date is probably another failed attempt.
长得很漂亮的大龄剩女还有市场美的呀。
Do you think older women who are considered extremely beautiful still have a market? Yesterday, a young lady born in 1992 who is still unmarried contacted me proactively. She is truly stunning. Her figure and skin are enviable. When I met her, she didn't look like someone born in 1992 at all. Instead, she appeared to be a girl in her early 20s, and you could hardly tell her real age. Her face is particularly pure-looking, her demeanor very natural, and her figure exceptionally well-proportioned. The first impression she gives is one of a woman with great charm. She told me that her mindset has changed significantly. She said, "Now, even if the man is balding or short, I can accept it. As long as his hardware is adequate, I can accept it." She mentioned that in the past she had too many expectations regarding appearance and wanted to find a man who was both handsome and capable. However, over the years, she missed out on many excellent men because of this. Her youthful years were wasted on some unreliable men. Now she has realized that good looks can't be put on the table, and if a man has solid hardware, his future is unlikely to be bad. I asked her what she meant by hardware specifically, and she said it referred to a house and a car. She explained that if a man around her age still doesn't have a house and a car, then he likely won't achieve much in this lifetime. She also said, "Now I've come to understand my own strengths, which is that I'm still relatively good-looking." Then she asked me if a woman like her would still have a market now. I think, since she said she no longer has high expectations for a man's appearance, I'll try my best to find a match for her. Hopefully, when the time comes to introduce someone to her, she won't reject him because of his looks again.
Some people might think that a woman who is a little older, but still very beautiful and single might still be a good choice as a wife if you manage to pursue her successfully. However, I would not recommend easily pursuing such women, especially those who remain single despite their beauty at a certain age. This type of woman often has a very peculiar set of standards when it comes to choosing a partner. Traditionally, qualities that are considered desirable in a high-quality man, such as a successful career, integrity, and strong family values, are often rejected by these women. In fact, these women may have encountered many more outstanding men in their lifetime than many ordinary women. But the question is, why are they still single? The issue lies in the fact that these women's standards for a partner are not just high, but are often filled with peculiar traits. They don't place as much importance on qualities that are commonly seen as ideal in a partner. Many seemingly suitable men are often excluded. For them, an ordinary, high-quality man may not fulfill their deeper emotional needs, which is why even when they meet someone outstanding, they don't choose to pursue the relationship further. So, what exactly are these women looking for in a partner? The answer to this question doesn't have a clear definition, as everyone's standards differ. However, one thing is for sure. Their criteria for choosing a partner are often unconventional and can be very unique, sometimes difficult to understand. These women are unlikely to seek out stable, ordinary, 9-to-5 men. If they really wanted to find a decent, reliable person to settle down with, they could easily find one the very next day. Therefore, while their partner selection standards may appear unpredictable, once they decide to settle down, the partner they choose often comes as a surprise. They might choose someone who seems completely unsuitable for marriage, someone with what they perceive as character or a manly personality. Do you think these older leftover women are beautiful? Feel free to leave your comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your support is very important to us, and we will continue to provide you with better shows. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.